Alright, welcome to Let's Play Fire Red version. I'm Team H&1, and this is going to be a Nuzlocke run. For those of you who don't know, a Nuzlocke run is a playthrough of Pokemon in which the first Pokemon in every area you're allowed to catch. However, you're not allowed to catch any more in each area. Another rule is that you have to release your Pokemon whenever it faints, because it's therefore dead. So I think it should be pretty fun. Hopefully we don't lose right off the bat. If we do, we'll start over. This is my first Let's Play ever, and I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. Haven't really gotten a chance to until now. It's, I don't know, something I thought might be fun. So join me on my journey of this, and we'll see how we do. I've done a couple Nuzlocke challenges on my own, 2 to be exact. I played through Pokemon Crystal completely through, and I've gone through this one once. Well, about halfway. I'm playing on an emulator, in case you might be wondering. So every now and then I will use the speed up key, and of course I'm going to do my best to show you just the leveling whenever I'm grinding levels. It's probably going to cut a lot of time out by doing that, but hey, who wants to watch me just sit there and level? I don't think anybody does. Anyone that watches, you can obviously, I'm going to allow people to name my Pokemon for me whenever it's put up there. I will ask questions as to who wants to name it, and whatever gets the most votes or anything like that, or whoever answers a question that I might ask correctly, I'll let you name my Pokemon. Of course, there's a couple that I'll name on my own, because I have some ideas, but we'll see where it goes, you know. Anyway, so as you can see, I've been going through a little bit already. About to get my first Pokemon. I already know who I'm going to choose. Since I'm still kind of relatively new to Nuzlocke challenges, I'm going to go with an easier Pokemon to start with, and that's Squirtle. Mostly because if I choose Charmander and I don't get lucky enough to catch, Mankey, Brock's going to be a real pain in my butt. So I'm going to get Squirtle just to be safe. I'm gonna try and get through without losing anybody. I mean, I guess that's everyone's goal in this, but we'll see what happens. Last time I lost a Pokemon literally 10 minutes in. I lost my Pidgey that I had caught. So we'll see where this goes. We're gonna name Squirtle Squirt. Why not? As I said, I have a couple names picked out for some Pokemon. There's a U in that. Not many. I'm open to suggestions for anything. Even if you really want to change the name for Squirtle and it gets voted up enough, I'll do it. Whatever. Like I said, it's a new thing for me, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. Let's go, green. In case you're wondering, I have actually read the comics. That's why I decided to name him Green. I know in the comics he starts off as blue, and then they decided later to change it back to green. I'm pretty sure it was in the Japanese version it was green all along, and they changed it to blue in the American version at first, but it doesn't really matter. It got changed back. I know who they are, so I figured might as well just keep it at green. Who cares? Anyway, you know, we all know how to do all this. No need to tell us that, Professor Oak. Thank you very much. Yeah, inflicting damage, blah blah blah. Our first epic battle, which isn't really too epic because everybody does it. Also, if you pick Squirtle, usually it's very easy just to plow through Bulbasaur. If I'm not mistaken, he has a lower attack and lower defense than Squirtle. And he doesn't really use his stat move that changes everything around. So it's a pretty straightforward, just tackle straight through battle. I've never lost the first battle with Squirtle before. I have, however, lost it with Bulbasaur on multiple occasions because, I don't know, Bulbasaur just, I love him, but he kind of sucks sometimes. I just don't know. Sometimes you get bad stats. Also, the extra rule that I'm going to apply to myself is the nicknaming. I'm going to try and nickname every Pokemon. If I forget, I'm going to change its name later at the name rater, so it doesn't matter. But I will strive to remember to name every single Pokemon as I go. I will use repels later if I'm trying to find specific Pokemon. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. However, I will not be catching any legendaries unless I can get to it without a repel. The only time I might possibly break a rule is if I catch a shiny, or if I run into a shiny. I will try and catch it. I've only run into a shiny maybe once or twice in my life, so I would be very tempted to catch it if it wasn't the first Pokemon I ran into. Also, I don't know how everyone else plays, but I know a lot of people will do this the way I do. The first area, I'm not going to count running into Pokemon until I have Pokeballs. I don't feel like it's very fair to say that you started it until you receive Pokeballs, because there's no chance to catch the Pokemon at all. So, I'm going to go with that. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't mean to upset anybody, but that's just how I feel. I think it's only right to start it that way. But I don't know if we'll have enough time today, in this video, to catch our first friend. If it happens, hooray. If it doesn't, oh well. I'm watching my time, and I know I only have about 15 minutes of time that I can use every episode, as far as I recall. I've never uploaded a video to YouTube before, but most videos I've seen are usually only about 15 minutes long, so I'm going to try and keep it somewhere around 14:30 to 15. My sound recorder records on a time track, so I will be watching that as I play to be able to keep track of my time. Hopefully I don't go too overboard with time and have to upload something as a two-parter, but I'll try and keep these videos updated as much as I can. Currently, while I'm filming this, I actually have midterms coming up next week in college, so who knows what'll happen with the next week. But after I finish midterms, my episodes should come out a lot more on a specific time schedule. Maybe once every other day if I can. That's what I'm gonna strive to do. I'd hate to only do once per week or twice per week. I'd love to get it up to 3 or 4 times per week, but you know, things don't always work out that way. But we'll try. And maybe some days we might try and get 2 episodes out in a day. I don't know. It'll depend on my time. Like I said, if I have time for it, I have time for it. If I don't, I don't. Anyway, let's keep moving through. And, whoa. And maybe we'll have time to catch our first friend. I don't really think we'll get there. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully I get lucky and run into a Pidgey as my first Pokemon, as Pidgey would probably be the perfect Pokemon to start off with for me. Worst case scenario, I catch a Rattata. I honestly will be very honest with you, I hate Rattata. I just plain don't like him. He drives me crazy, especially when he becomes Raticate with that crappy Hyper Fang that will destroy you randomly. Anyway, alas, it's a Nuzlocke run, so I will catch whatever I run into. So, let's see. And, wow. I think that's one of the first few times I've gotten through these patches of grass right here, until this one, the first 2, without running into anything. And we'll thank the stars that we ran into a Pidgey. Let's see if we can catch him. Hopefully, Squirtle doesn't go too overboard and knock him out. Alright. Pokeball, go! Come on, Pidgey. 1, 2. Alright, so we found our first friend, Pidgey. Don't really have a name for Pidgey, but I will figure something out. We'll just call him Birdie for now, whatever. If you want to change that, I don't care, just comment and whatever gets the most thumbs up or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just give me a name for it and I'll change his name when we get to the name raider. I'll just have to remember to write it down. If I forget when I get to the name raider or it's dead by then, you can name another Pokemon. I don't care. Alright, so now we can get up to our Pokemon Center and heal, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't do something crazy like critical hit me. Because that would not be good at all. And Squirt reaches level 7. I assume Squirt will probably end up being my strongest Pokemon by the end of it. Blastoise is usually pretty badass, and I don't know, I'm partial to it. Of course, I mean, if this wasn't a Nuzlocke run, I'd probably use Charmander and get a Charizard, because who doesn't love Charizard? Anyway, we're actually getting close to that 14 mark, so I'm gonna step outside and I'm gonna save, and that will be where we end the video today. Whenever I save, I'm going to fast forward it just to get through it. You may notice the music will sound weird. It's because I'm holding the spacebar to fast forward the game. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll get more done in the next few days.